Aquad Droid. The Aquad Droid stood out as one of the most specialized and visually unique units in the entire Separatist arsenal, a sleek machine engineered for combat beneath alien oceans. Designed by Harchal Engineering, it gave the Confederacy of Independent Systems a decisive advantage on aquatic worlds like Mancala, where traditional droids struggled to operate. Unlike the clunky, rigid frames of most battle droids, the Aquad Droid's body was streamlined and flexible, built for speed and maneuverability underwater. Its frame was composed of a corrosion-resistant alloy that could withstand extreme pressure, allowing it to function at depths that would crush standard units. Each limb could retract for swimming or expand into a sturdier configuration for walking on land, making it a true amphibious design. Its rounded head, packed with sensors and navigation arrays, allowed it to track targets in the murky deep with precision. Integrated twin blaster cannons on its forearms gave it impressive offensive capabilities, powerful enough to pierce starfighter-grade plating even while submerged. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Aquad Droid was its modular construction. Its legs could fold away and be replaced by a jet propulsion unit, enabling swift underwater chases or evasive maneuvers. In battle, these droids operated in tight, synchronized formations, their movements coordinated through shared tactical programming. During the Battle of Mancala, they proved instrumental in overwhelming Mon Calamari and Gungan forces alike. However, the Aquad Droid's advanced design came at a price. Its production cost far exceeded that of standard infantry droids, limiting deployment to oceanic or amphibious missions where their versatility justified the expense. Even so, when the Aquad Droids entered the battlefield, they turned the tide, quite literally, becoming the backbone of the Separatists' underwater supremacy. Octuptarra Droid. The Octuptarra Droid, often simply called the Droid, was one of the most fearsome and imposing machines in the Separatist war machine. Developed by the Techno-Union, it served as a walking arsenal, a towering fusion of mobility, intimidation, and devastating firepower. Depending on the model, these droids stood anywhere from 8 to 12 meters tall. Their long, spindly legs allowed them to glide across rough terrain with surprising stability, while their spherical central body housed advanced sensors targeting computers and heavy weapon systems. Each of its 3 elongated arms ended in a powerful cannon, capable of delivering concentrated bursts of plasma or laser fire with precision. Some heavy variants carried missile pods able to engage air and ground units at once. The Droid's design wasn't random. It drew inspiration from Techno-Union biomechanical experiments, mimicking the smooth, coordinated movements of aquatic creatures. Despite their size, they moved with eerie grace, making them as mesmerizing as they were deadly. Droids became a symbol of late-war Separatist might. They saw heavy action on Megiddo, Felucia, and Coruscant, where their wide field of fire allowed them to decimate Republic infantry formations and light vehicles. Some smaller models were even repurposed for medical or logistical duties, deploying repair nanodroids or Bacta to wounded units, though these versions were exceedingly rare. However, their immense power came with a vulnerability. The Droid's long legs, though agile, were structurally weak. Skilled clone troopers quickly learned to target the joints or collapse them with explosives, sending the entire droid crashing down. Even so, the Octuptarra Droid remained one of the most unforgettable sights of the Clone Wars. Its towering silhouette and triple-barreled firepower serving as both a weapon and a warning to all who faced the Separatist army. B-2 RP Rocket Droid. The B-2 RP Rocket Droid was a specialized evolution of the iconic B-2 Super Battle Droid designed to overcome the limitations that had long defined its predecessor. Whereas the standard B-2 model was built for brute strength and resilience, the Rocket Droid variant introduced mobility and tactical flexibility, 2 traits rarely associated with the heavy infantry of the Confederacy of Independent Systems. At first glance, the B-2RP appeared nearly identical to a standard super battle droid with the same thick armor plating, intimidating stance, and dual wrist-mounted blasters. However, closer inspection revealed key modifications, a set of dual rocket thrusters integrated into its back and reinforced gyro stabilizers embedded in its legs and torso. These additions transformed the droid from a ground-based powerhouse into a semi-aerial assault unit capable of short bursts of flight, rapid repositioning, and vertical combat maneuvers. In combat, rocket droids were typically deployed in urban or high-altitude environments, such as Coruscant's skyscraper districts or mountainous battlefields. Their ability to take to the air allowed them to leap over barricades, ascend to rooftops, or strike from above, tactics that made them especially effective in sieges and ambushes. When operating in groups, they could overwhelm entrenched Republic defenders by raining blaster fire from unexpected angles before retreating to cover or altitude. Despite these advantages, the rocket droid had its drawbacks. The addition of flight systems significantly increased energy consumption, limiting their airborne time to short engagements. Extended combat often forced them to land and fight conventionally. Their heavy armor also required immense thrust to maintain lift, making them less maneuverable than jet troopers or aerial starfighters. Still, within their intended operational window, they were devastatingly efficient. Following the end of the Clone Wars, most B-2RP units were dismantled or destroyed during the Empire's purge of Separatist remnants. Yet scattered reports tell of surviving units reprogrammed by bounty hunters and warlords, their thrusters still igniting with the same menacing roar that once terrorized Republic troops. The B-2RP rocket droid ultimately stood as a testament to the Confederacy's drive to push the limits of droid warfare, a perfect fusion of heavy firepower and fleeting, unpredictable mobility. HMP Droid Gunship. The HMP Droid Gunship, short for Heavy Missile Platform, was one of the Separatist Army's deadliest aerial weapons, engineered for both precision strikes and overwhelming firepower. Created by Bactoid Fleet Ordnance and Hayar Engineering, this fully autonomous attack craft required no organic pilot, giving it the advantage of perfect coordination and relentless efficiency in the skies. The gunship's design was unmistakable. A disc-shaped central body flanked by two rotating engine pods with a wide frontal array of blasters that made it look almost insect-like. Its underside housed a modular weapons bay, capable of switching between heavy laser cannons, anti-vehicle rockets, and concussion missiles depending on mission needs. This adaptability made the HMP exceptionally versatile, able to perform close air support, suppressive bombardment, or targeted strikes with equal effectiveness. Slower than smaller starfighters like the Vulture or Hyena droids, the HMP relied on heavy armor and firepower rather than agility. It was designed to absorb damage while continuing sustained attack runs, turning it into a living artillery platform in the air. During the Clone Wars, these gunships were instrumental in major assaults on planets such as Kashyyyk, Megiddo, and Ryloth, where they pounded clone positions and Republic walkers from above, often leaving entire battlegrounds in ruins. A key feature was the HMP's modular payload system. Depending on the engagement, it could swap out ordnance for anti-air missions, ground strikes, or even deploy miniature scout droids for reconnaissance. Its sensors could track multiple targets simultaneously, allowing it to focus fire with surgical precision and coordinate attacks with other droid units automatically. Beyond raw combat performance, the HMP had a psychological impact. The deep mechanical hum of its engines often signaled imminent destruction, sending clone forces scrambling for cover even before the first missile hit. Though most were destroyed after the war, a few were salvaged by scavengers and rogue factions, preserving the gunship's legacy as a symbol of Separatist aerial supremacy. Buzz Droid. Buzz droids, officially known as Pistoica sabotage droids, were small but lethal tools of disruption deployed by the Confederacy of Independent Systems. Unlike conventional battle droids, their primary mission was sabotage and infiltration, specializing in disabling starships and critical systems rather than engaging directly with enemy troops. Roughly the size of a helmet, Buzz droids were stored in compact warheads and released mid-flight. Upon deployment, they unfolded into multi-limbed crawlers armed with saws, plasma cutters, and arc welders. Their primary objective was to attach to enemy vessels, often Republic starfighters, and methodically dismantle vital components such as engines, power conduits, and weapon systems. Even a single droid could cripple a ship, while swarms could overwhelm entire squadrons. They gained notoriety during the Battle of Coruscant, where they were launched from tri-fighter torpedoes to sabotage Republic defenses. One famously damaged Obi-Wan Kenobi's Delta VII starfighter before Anakin intervened, demonstrating their efficiency and threat level. Buzz droids were both resilient and intelligent. Their segmented armored shells protected them from blaster fire and impacts, while a hive mind coordination system allowed multiple droids to operate in unison without direct oversight. Their main vulnerability was close-range counterfire or high-speed maneuvers that could shake them off, tactics quickly adopted by Republic pilots. After the fall of the Separatists, surviving Buzz droids were scavenged by pirates and bounty hunters, valued for their compact lethality. Across both canon and legend sources, they remain a prime example of mechanical ingenuity in the Clone Wars, demonstrating that the Confederacy didn't just rely on numbers, but also on specialized cunning technology. Separatist Recon Probe Droid. The Separatist Recon Probe Droid served as the eyes and ears of the Separatist Army. While it lacked the brute force of a super battle droid or droideka, its intelligence-gathering capabilities made it indispensable for planning attacks and coordinating forces. These small, hovering units were equipped with advanced sensor arrays, long-range communications, and holo recorders to transmit real-time data to Separatist command ships. Their primary mission was to survey terrain, locate enemy positions, and identify high-value targets, often arriving on a planet before any ground invasion occurred. The information they relayed frequently determined the outcome of campaigns before the first shot was fired. Recon droids featured a spherical or ovoid chassis with multiple photoreceptors and small manipulator arms for scanning and marking objectives. Repulsor lift drives allowed them to glide silently over forests, cities, or ruins, minimizing detection. Some advanced models could even project holographic maps for field commanders, acting as mobile communication relays. Although generally unarmed, certain units included self-destruct mechanisms or shock defenses to prevent capture. Some were disguised as local machinery or debris, blending into the environment to gather intelligence unnoticed. Legend sources even describe deep space variants like the DRK-1 Dark Eye, capable of tracking hyperspace routes used by Republic fleets. Without these droids, the Separatist war machine would have been blind. The Recon droid epitomized the strategic cunning of the CIS, patient, calculating, and essential to their military precision. OG-9 Homing Spider Droid. The OG-9 Homing Spider Droid was one of the heaviest and most formidable ground units in the Separatist arsenal. Constructed by the Commerce Guild and Bactoid Armor Workshop, it combined long-range precision with devastating firepower, making it a mobile artillery platform capable of striking armored vehicles, fortifications, and even starships in atmosphere. Its design featured a spherical central body supported by 4 long articulated legs, providing both stability and mobility across rough terrain. A massive front-mounted laser cannon delivered pinpoint destruction against clone walkers and Republic tanks, while a smaller underbelly turret defended against infantry and light vehicles. Unlike agile walkers like the ATRT, the OG-9 was built for intimidation and endurance, advancing steadily while unleashing long-range attacks. Its leg stabilization system allowed it to traverse uneven ground, making it ideal for planetary assaults and sieges. During the Clone Wars, OG-9s were deployed in battles such as Geonosis, Felucia, and Mygeeto, often breaking through clone defenses and neutralizing artillery positions. Some models seen in Legends material were equipped with ion cannons or enhanced targeting systems, enabling them to disable shields or enemy starships. Despite their durability, OG-9s had vulnerabilities. The central body and leg joints were weak points that skilled troops could exploit. After the war, many were scrapped by the Empire or repurposed for industrial tasks, though a few lingered in remote conflicts, still a walking reminder of the Separatists' firepower. NRN-99 Persuader-class tank droid. The NRN-99 Persuader-class tank droid, often called simply the Persuader, was a distinctive and formidable ground vehicle of the Separatist army. Built by the Techno-Union and Corporate Alliance, it was a fully autonomous heavy tank designed for both open battlefields and urban warfare, emphasizing raw firepower and psychological impact. Its most notable feature was a single, massive rolling tread flanked by stabilizing arms, allowing it to crush obstacles, traverse debris, and maintain traction on uneven or swampy terrain. The Persuader's hull bristled with weaponry, twin laser cannons on each side, rapid-fire blasters on its chassis, and anti-personnel guns along the stabilizers, making it deadly against both infantry and light vehicles. Standing around 6 meters tall, the tank combined speed, mobility, and firepower, advancing in groups to form walls of destruction while smaller droids followed behind. In battle, the Persuader's rumbling approach and thunderous cannon fire often announced its arrival long before it reached enemy lines, delivering both physical and psychological shock. Notably deployed during the Battle of Kashyyyk, Persuaders crushed Wookiee defenses and pushed back clone walker formations near shorelines. In Legends lore, some earlier versions were operated alongside organic officers to enforce corporate alliance trade demands before being militarized for the Clone Wars. The NRN-99 embodied the CIS's philosophy of mechanized warfare: ruthless, efficient, and unstoppable. Its presence on the battlefield was often the last thing enemy troops saw before being overwhelmed.